From transmissions that die at 28,000 miles to dealerships replacing over 100 gearboxes in a single month, the used luxury SUV market is hiding some very expensive surprises. A single transmission replacement on these vehicles can cost $7,000 or more, but Consumer Reports data and NHTSA complaint records tell a story that the price tags do not. These are 10 used luxury SUVs you should avoid if you do not want transmission failure draining your bank account. Number 10. The Genesis GV80. On paper, the Genesis GV80 looks like one of the smartest buys in the luxury SUV market. It undercuts the Germans on price, it comes loaded with features, and the interior looks like it belongs in something twice the cost. And for a while, automotive journalists could not stop praising it. But Consumer Reports tells a very different story. The GV80 has been flagged for a wide range of reliability concerns that go well beyond what you would expect from a vehicle backed by Hyundai's engineering. Owners have reported problems with the differential, the fuel pump, the fuel injection system, climate controls, steering components, suspension parts, and various electrical accessories. That is not a short list. And what makes it particularly frustrating is that Genesis positioned itself as the reliable alternative to European luxury. For used buyers shopping in the $30,000 to $40,000 range, the GV80 looks tempting. Just make sure you get a thorough pre-purchase inspection before signing anything. Number 9. The Mazda CX-90. Mazda has built a reputation for reliability over the decades, and their smaller vehicles like the CX-30 and CX-50 continue to earn solid marks. But the CX-90 is a completely different animal. When Mazda launched this 3-row luxury SUV, they went all in on new technology. A new engine, a new transmission, and an entirely new rear-wheel drive platform. And according to Consumer Reports, all of that ambition backfired. The CX-90 earned a predicted reliability score of 1 out of 5. That is the lowest possible rating. Owners have reported problems with the transmission, steering, suspension, climate system, in-car electronics, and electrical accessories. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has flagged it for software issues that could cause the vehicle to suddenly lose power while driving. Mazda issued recalls to address some of these problems, but for used buyers, the early model years of the CX-90 represent a serious risk. The takeaway from Consumer Reports is clear. When an automaker redesigns everything at once instead of making gradual improvements, the first buyers usually pay the price. Number 8. The BMW X5, specifically the 2012 and 2013 model years. The X5 is one of the most popular luxury SUVs on the used market. You can find them everywhere, they look great, and the driving experience is genuinely engaging. But those 2012 and 2013 models carry a hidden cost that a lot of buyers do not see coming. Both model years show an elevated risk of transmission failures along with brake and fuel system problems. Owners have reported hard shifts, sudden drops into neutral while driving, and in some cases, complete transmission failure. Annual maintenance and repair costs for those years can run over $1,100, and that is the average. A full transmission replacement on an X5 can easily push past $5,000. The 2012 model in particular ranks high for engine, transmission, and air conditioning problems. If you love the X5 platform, aim for the 2018 or newer models where BMW addressed many of these issues. But the 2012 and 2013, walk away. Number 7. The Cadillac Escalade. The Escalade has been the king of full-size luxury SUVs for decades. It is a status symbol, a road trip machine, and one of the most recognizable vehicles on the planet. But Consumer Reports has consistently given it a below-average reliability rating, and one of the biggest pain points is the transmission. The 10-speed automatic transmission used in recent Escalade models has a documented history of failures. When you are spending north of $90,000 on a vehicle, the last thing you want is a transmission that cannot keep up. Because this is a Cadillac, the repair bills match the price tag. A transmission rebuild or replacement on an Escalade can easily run $5,000 to $8,000. Combined with the fact that Escalades depreciate significantly in their first few years, buying one used might seem like a bargain until the transmission starts slipping. If you want a full-size luxury SUV with fewer headaches, Consumer Reports recommends looking at the BMW X7 instead. Number 6. The Land Rover Range Rover Sport, specifically the 2014 through 2017 models. Nobody builds a more desirable luxury SUV than Land Rover. The Range Rover Sport looks incredible, it rides beautifully, and it projects a level of status that few vehicles can match. But there is a reason why used Range Rovers lose so much value so quickly: reliability. The transmission in these model years is just one piece of a larger puzzle. Owners report shifting problems, fluid leaks, and general drivetrain complaints, but the transmission issues are compounded by the infamous air suspension failures, electrical gremlins, and cooling system problems that plague the Range Rover lineup. The 2014 through 2016 models are particularly prone to thermostat housing leaks and coolant pipe failures. When everything works, the Range Rover Sport is magical. But the reality for most used buyers is that something is always about to break. And the repair bills are among the highest in the entire luxury SUV segment. Budget at least $3,000 to $4,000 per year for unexpected maintenance if you go this route. Number 5. The Mercedes-Benz GLE, specifically the 2020 through 2023 models. Mercedes is supposed to be the gold standard of luxury, and in many ways the GLE delivers on that promise. The cabin is gorgeous, the ride is smooth, and the technology is impressive. But Consumer Reports named the GLE the least reliable mid-size luxury SUV, and the transmission is a significant part of the problem. The 9-speed automatic transmission in the GLE has been reported by owners to produce jerky and rough gear changes. Forum posts are filled with complaints about the transmission stumbling between gears, hesitating on downshifts, and generally behaving like it cannot make up its mind. On top of that, the GLE has been flagged for brake issues, electrical accessory failures, fuel system problems, and a climate control system that seems to have a mind of its own. The infotainment system crashing is another common headache. For a vehicle in this price range, you should not have to deal with these problems. The Lexus RX offers a similar level of luxury with a dramatically better reliability record. If you are finding this helpful, hit subscribe. We cover the used car market every week so you can buy smarter and avoid expensive mistakes. Now let's get into the top 4, where the transmission problems get even worse. Number 4. The Lincoln Aviator, specifically the 2020 through 2023 models. Lincoln put everything they had into the Aviator. The design is stunning. The interior is packed with features, and the air suspension creates a ride quality that feels like floating. But Consumer Reports gave the Aviator a predicted reliability score of just 1 out of 5, the absolute bottom of the scale. Transmission problems are a recurring theme. Owners have documented the gear selector breaking entirely, preventing them from shifting gears. Others report the transmission slipping out of gear without warning, causing the engine to race uncontrollably. Rough idling, transmission noise, and outright failure have all been documented. And the transmission is not even the only concern. The Aviator also suffers from in-car electronics problems, body integrity issues, paint and trim defects, and suspension failures. When the first-generation Aviator launched back in 2003, it had transmission problems too. The fact that Lincoln could not solve this issue across a 15-year gap between generations is concerning. If you want a luxury 3-row, the Lexus TX or Acura MDX will treat you much better over the long haul. Number 3. The Jeep Grand Cherokee, specifically the models from 2014 to 2017 with the V6 engine. The Grand Cherokee is one of the best-selling SUVs in America, and for good reason. It looks great, it is comfortable, and it offers genuine off-road capability with the right trim level. But the 8-speed automatic transmission paired with the 3.6-litre V6 in these model years has a well-documented history of problems. Owners report the transmission shuddering when coming to a stop. Others describe the vehicle lurching forward unexpectedly during turns, which is not just annoying, it is dangerous. The 2015 model year has the most complaints, with some owners needing full transmission replacements within the first couple of years. Consumer Reports and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration both have extensive records of these issues. To their credit, Jeep updated the troubled 845RE transmission to the 850RE starting in 2018, which addressed many of the complaints. And the Grand Cherokee models with the V8 and diesel engines use a different, more robust transmission that holds up much better. So if you are shopping for a used Grand Cherokee, look for 2018 or newer with the V6, or go with the V8 in any year. But the 2014 to 2017 V6 models, those are the ones that will keep you up at night. Number 2. The Jeep Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer. Jeep priced these vehicles north of $60,000 for the base model, and the Grand Wagoneer can easily cross the $100,000 mark. At those prices, you expect bulletproof reliability. You do not get it. Consumer Reports and multiple automotive publications have flagged the Wagoneer lineup for a laundry list of reliability problems. Transmission faults, brake issues, persistent electronics failures, and poor build quality simply do not match the price tag. The 10-speed automatic transmission has been a source of frustration for owners who report rough shifting and delayed engagement. General Motors, which supplies this transmission platform, has seen similar problems across multiple vehicles that use it. For used buyers, the Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer represent a particularly risky purchase because depreciation on these vehicles is steep. You might find one for $40,000 or $50,000 that originally cost over $100,000. That price drop looks like a deal, but it is usually the market telling you something. Repair bills on these vehicles can wipe out whatever you saved on the purchase price in a single year. Number 1. The Infiniti QX60 from 2013 to 2020. If there is one luxury SUV that has become synonymous with transmission failure, it is the Infiniti QX60. The continuously variable transmission in these vehicles was so problematic that it triggered a class action lawsuit against Nissan, which owns Infiniti. The problems are severe and well documented. Owners report violent shuddering during acceleration, sudden loss of power on the highway, and complete transmission failure while driving. One dealership reportedly replaced over 100 transmissions in a single month. Some owners needed full continuously variable transmission replacements at less than 30,000 miles, which on a luxury SUV that originally cost over $50,000 is simply unacceptable. The replacement cost for a continuously variable transmission unit runs around $7,000, and many owners have been stranded on the side of the road with no warning before the failure hit. Consumer Reports gave the QX60 some of its lowest reliability marks during these years, and owner forums are filled with horror stories of people who loved everything about the vehicle except the one part that matters most. The 2022 redesigned QX60 finally ditched the continuously variable transmission in favor of a proper 9-speed automatic, which was a massive improvement. But any used QX60 from 2013 to 2020 with the continuously variable transmission is a vehicle you should avoid entirely. Before you buy any used luxury SUV, check its Consumer Reports reliability history, search the NHTSA database for recalls and complaints, and always get a pre-purchase inspection from an independent mechanic. Your wallet will thank you. If this video helped you, consider subscribing to support us. We will see you in the next one.